Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, tonight we're going to talk about President Trump's olive branch, his negotiation tactics, the art of the deal. He's extended an offer to get his $5.7 billion. And like every hostage taker before him, he starts by offering to release the children to get what he wants, that $5.7 billion down payment for his wall. In exchange for that, he'll offer 3 years of protection for the dreamers. Kids. Immigrants who came here as kids. Now, I don't think we should be talking about whether or not we should take the deal. I think we should talk about the fact that even a two-bit bank robber knows that releasing the kids is an act of good faith. Very presidential. The act of a statesman. It's the act of a thug. It's the act of a man using the guns and cages of ice to hold people hostage to get $5.7 billion to build a monument to himself. See, the thing is, dreamers themselves, that term is confusing because a lot of people think it has to do with the DREAM Act. Well, the DREAM Act never passed. That's not a thing. Dreamers has become slang for a DACA recipient. And I know a number of them. I know quite a few of them. Basically, these people, they've got to get a background check. They have to prove that they are either in school, gainfully employed, or in the U.S. military. And they have to have been brought to the United States as kids. Most of them are more American in heart and mind than the president. I'd say half of the ones I know don't even speak the language of their home country because they came here when they were 2 or 3. The interesting thing about this is the most anti-immigrant president in modern memory is willing to offer them 3 years of protection. Why? Because he knows they're not a threat. He knows these people are not a detriment to the United States. So he's willing to give them blanket immunity for 3 years. Why 3? Why not 7? Why not 10? Why can't we just establish a path to citizenship for them, which is what the original DREAM Act included? Why are we holding these people hostage? The president knows they're not a detriment. The president knows they're not a threat. But that will not stop him from destroying their lives to get what he wants. Just like every other terrorist that has ever taken hostages. So, the other group of people that are being offered protection are people that are in TPS. That's a temporary protected status. If you don't know what that is, that's basically there's a natural disaster somewhere. The U.S. agrees to take people from that country. They come here temporarily. Some of them decide they want to stay. Okay, so they hang out and they keep filing for this. These people, again, they've been here for years. There's no problem. They're gainfully employed. They're doing everything they're supposed to. Now, the other thing people need to understand is that they're legal. They're legal. They're following the law. They're doing everything right. But somebody, President Trump, by the way, cut 6 countries from the program and gave those people a date and said, you need to be out of the country by this date. If not, we're going to round you up and put you in a camp. Not his words, but that's what's going to happen. So his olive branch is to undo what he did. It's the mob. Pay me protection money. Buy $5.7 billion and maybe your windows don't get broke. It's extortion. The President of the United States is acting like a criminal. And he's using the guns of federal law enforcement as his soldiers in the street. It's an embarrassment. What's more embarrassing is that the people in Congress and in the Senate aren't calling him out for it. This is thuggery. It's embarrassing. They're kids. They're kids. They came here as kids. I don't think they should be punished for the sins of their father. We need to establish a path to citizenship for these people. And I know there's some people saying, well, they didn't follow the procedure. Last I heard, you did not get a public works project by shutting down the government and threatening to harm kids. You want to go talk about procedures? Okay. The procedure is you submit the legislation for your stupid wall and watch it get shot down. That's the procedure. That's what the Constitution says you're supposed to do. Not shut down the country, not disrupt the lives of federal employees, of people in need, of everybody, because you want a monument to yourself, Mr. President. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good night. Be careful out there. Watch out for hostage takers.